So it seems to me that the first apparition, perhaps, of the concept in China, of the notion in China, is with the paper of Du Weiming. So 我觉得就是有可能你们可以不同意，然后你们可以政治 correct me, okay? It seems to me that the first apparition in the paper of Du Weiming， 所以我觉得第一次这个概念出现是在这个杜维明的一篇文章，然后它的这一篇文章的 title 就是 Ecological Turn in New Confucian Humanism Implication for China and the World. So this paper was published in 2001, okay? And this paper was one of the first to say that the notion of ecology can be a root in Chinese tradition, okay, and in the Confucian tradition, okay. So this paper was, I think, very important. 所以我觉得这个文章很重要，在我们的讨论里面，在我们的如果我们想写一篇文章，我们应该就是也可以看一看这篇文章。Okay, and then after that, so 5 years after, the concept of Du Weiming start to be implemented, start to be discussed in official circle, and then it start to be used by Pan Yue. So in this paper, Evolution of an Ecological Civilization in Beijing Review, okay? And then it has been used by Hu Jintao in 2007 as Zhou Yun already said, okay? 所以我觉得先就是Du Weiming coin 这个概念，然后Pan Yue用这个概念，然后Hu Jintao变成一个非常 official 的一个概念。So the idea of specific Chinese sense of ecology. So the notion of ecological civilization, so it means that there is something specifically Chinese about ecology, and this specifically Chinese vision of ecology can create a new kind of civilization term. Okay, this is the notion of Pan Yue, okay, in his paper. Okay, 所以他觉得这个他觉得事实上这个环境的问题就是生态的问题在跟中国传统有关，所以我们可以依赖一些中国传统的概念来框架一个新的文明，然后这个框架可以影响不只是中国，也是其他的国家。所以这个可以变成一个 world concept, not only Chinese but world concept. So ecological civilization is is made in China sustainable development. That means that is kind of specifically originally Chinese notion of sustainable development before sustainable development. Okay? 这个我们也可以讨论这个。And and for Du Weiming, the notion of ecological civilization it goes back to Wang Yangming, okay? Because of course we have something in Rujia, we have something in Daojia, but Wang Yangming with Neo-Confucianism, actually Neo-Confucianism, they took some concept from Confucianism and also from Buddhism and from Taoism. 所以这个新儒家他们也用一些道家的概念跟佛家的概念，然后他们做一个新的思想，这个新儒家。Okay. And so the most famous concept of Wang Yangming is is this one. Okay, so 来人之以天地，万于为一体也。Okay, so the big man or the enlightened man and the sky and the earth and the thousands of things are one body. Okay, so this is the concept of one body. Okay, 一体 which is important that means that there is a notion that all the things are related. Okay, that man is related with animals, man is related with rivers, man is related with. Yes, it's a 一个很大的系统. Okay, but at this moment there was not the concept of 系统. Okay, so because the concept of system is different. You just speak about one body. The concept of difference of system is 一体，不是系统。当然有一点关系，可是不一样，因为系统一定是个很科学的概念，这个是一体不一样，可是差不多。Okay. Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you, Carl. So this is the concept in the tradition, but now, as I say, if you look at reality, we all know what reality is now today. So China is the first country in terms of emission of CO2. Okay, and this in the paper, Pan-Yue also says that. Okay, in the 2006 paper, so Pan-Yue says that. Okay, so now China is the first emitter in terms of CO2. As you can say, the conception of China of corn is equal to the conception of all the other countries of corn of all the other countries in the world. Okay, so only China, the use of corn in China is equal to the use of corn in all the other countries in the world. Okay, so of course, and we know what are the consequences of that. Okay, pollution and of sky, of the air, and pollution of water. Okay, so the concept of ecological civilization, of course, is important for China, and also this is why also China promoted the concept of green GDP. I think the concept of green GDP is also very important. 所以我刚刚说就是有这个传统的想法，可是现在就是污染的问题在中国也是很严重，所以我们也需要解决这个问题。所以事实上我们的问题就是这个生态文明的概念，我们怎么可以用这个概念让我们解决这个很具体的一些很严重的污染的问题。Okay. So and here, so as I say, in China, they also promote the concept of green GDP, and so use GDP. And one of the funding was that in 2007, the World Bank issued a report saying that the cost of pollution in China in 2007 was half of the annual growth of GDP. Okay, and some Chinese scholars say that today the GDP growth is at 7.5%, and you have more and more pollution costs. It costs you a lot to resolve the pollution problem. So perhaps actually the total green GDP is perhaps around 1, 2, okay, but not 7, or perhaps even less. Okay. So we all know, as Vanessa says, that now in China there is a consciousness of ecological problem at the governmental level. 所以现在就是政府也非常的明显知道有这个环境的问题，然后就是为什么他们现在有这个新的计划，然后这个新的计划是一个非常的 ambitious 这个计划。Okay, and so you have this kind of objective in terms of renewable energy, in terms of energy intensity, in terms of reduction of emission. Okay. Then the problem is, of course, if this objective will be achieved. So there is some professor in Tsinghua University here who wrote a paper. Wrote a paper for California University in San Diego, saying that actually perhaps this objective won't be achieved, but we can discuss about that. Okay, I don't know if you have read the paper, or if you know this paper.
No, I know. I read this paper just recently.
Okay.
And it said probably.
Actually, they say that it will be achieved. CO2 emission will be achieved only perhaps half.
No, not the total CO2 emissions, but the intensity. And there are also many other papers, like using scenario analysis, using different models to.
Yeah, I mean,
model, yeah.
Just one paper, because there are a lot of papers. So my point is that this objective may be achieved, but they won't be totally achieved, so there is discussion about that. Okay? So, but my point is the same, because my point is, for me, the concept of ecological civilization is more than simply a name given to a governmental project, a governmental program. So if you want to think about ecological civilization, it is more than simply create a beautiful name in order to coin the new effort of the government to struggle with pollution and environmental problems. Okay? I think that the interesting thing with the notion of ecological civilization is that, in some sense, China wants to promote a concept that can work not only for China, but also for the rest of the world. And this is interesting because I think this is my opinion, okay? We can discuss about it, because most of the time the notion is that that is about Chinese specificity. Okay, 中国特色, that means that, okay, things, the things in China are specific, and so it's very difficult to compare. But here with the concept of ecological civilization, it's not only for China, but also a project for more than China. So here it is an attempt for China to say something which is go beyond the notion of specificity. And so is it possible? Is it workable? How we can achieve it? We can discuss that. 所以这个生态文明的概念，不就是一个中国特色的概念，也可以影响这个地球的新的环境政策，然后可是怎么可以这样做？这个是我们需要打入，然后我们可以讨论这个问题。谢谢大家。Okay, thanks.
谢谢。可以，